Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing some of this. I'll put it back to front again. Oh, it's got a rip. I always put it back to front. But we are going to be plodding along by the beautiful bright new sea. I was born to sing. But today has been bloody chock-a-block. So as some of you know, let's start off the day. So I got up at 7 because I had to wait for this phone call because it's a very important phone call, and if you miss it, you've got a problem. And trying to get hold of them is an absolute nightmare. So I didn't want to miss it, but then I fell back to sleep again. As I said, my bed is so comfortable, you don't want to get out of it. And yeah, so got up then at 10. I kept my phone on. Normally my phone's on silent because it just don't stop pinging all day. So I normally put it on silent, and then nothing rang. So I turned it back on to silent, and then got up, and my mouth ulcers have completely gone. As some of you know, I've been experiencing some mouth ulcers, and I had one on one side of the tonsil and the other on the other side of the tonsil. They're both now gone. However, I still seem to be getting the problem of swallowing and it being really like excruciating pain. So the first thing I did was I got onto Animar, and Animar is like an online doctor form thing. So rather than phone up, I'm not one for phoning. I hate ringing up. So where possible, you'll either get a letter or an email from me because I hate the phone. I just, phoning is not in my nature. And filled in the form, and I specifically said on there, please do not book an appointment because it's a waste of my time. I went down there and he said, you know, it didn't give me any medication. Please do not book another appointment. So what do? They book an appointment. We'd like to see you face to face. We put a plan together, but we'd like to see you for a face-to-face consultation, which is a complete and utter waste of time because I'm going to go down there and the same thing's going to be said and I won't get any medication. So it's all going lovely, isn't it? And then I got off the phone and realised that I've double booked because Monday the electrician is coming to fix this light. So I'm going to have to ring the doctors back at some point, probably tomorrow. I don't think I'll have time today. I'll have to ring them back tomorrow and say, look, I've accidentally double booked. Can I change my appointment? I can do it on the phone. But it's just so much easier. You go through Animar. I don't know whether the doctors are like based at that surgery or whether it's just like a central place, whether there's doctors like at Animar or something. But I can actually request to cancel it through there. So I'll have to change that because I'm not gonna, you know, as much as it hurts me, I have been waiting for this light to be fixed for God knows how long. So that takes priority, I'm afraid. I'll just have to be on another night of agony with ibuprofen. Now the weird thing is, it doesn't hurt throughout the day. It's always in the morning. I don't know whether it's because it's so cold and I turn the heating off, because I used to run it through the night and it was just eating like £10 a day, so I cut that. So maybe it's because of that, I don't know, but it's there constantly. I mean, it hurts now, but because I've had some medication, it's not as bad. But yeah, I just want to get a referral to the hospital. I need to get one of them endoscopies. An endoscopy is like a camera that goes down your throat to see if there's a blockage or a potential medical issue. Still haven't got round to phoning the hospital at St Michael's because up in Braintree we've got a hospital called St Michael's, and St Michael's is not a medical facility. It's not like an accident and emergency. It's basically like for like blood tests, x-rays, that sort of thing, birthing units and stuff like that. This is what annoys me with my surgery, is because they've booked it in at the hospital when you can easily have it done at the surgery. I don't know what this surgery is playing at, but it's extremely annoying because why do I have to venture all the way up to there, which is probably about, from where I live, is probably about a 45-minute walk. Just to have a blood test, you know, and you've got to book it. I don't understand that. Because normally you go up there and you just go in and, you know, it's like when you're in Tesco and you're queuing up for the deli, you pull that little ticket thing, don't you, out of the machine. and then they'll call you. But yeah, normally you do that, but apparently it's got to be booked. I think it's a complete and utter waste of time, but if that's what they want me to do, then I'm going to have to do it. But personally, I think it needs a referral. He did say to go back in 3 weeks. So yeah. Then I've been busy filling out forms because every 2 weeks I can request a Tesco voucher. So it's basically helps you out with like buying stuff and that, because obviously I work part-time, but I don't work enough hours to, it's quite a struggle with juggling things. So I can actually apply every 2 weeks for help with a Tesco voucher, and you get £75 for that. They also help you out with your gas, so you get like, you can have £60 on 1 metre, or split it, £35 on each metre. Job done, cherry on the cake. So at some point I've got to go to there. I had to wait 2 hours because you can't use it straight away. You have to wait 2 hours for it to activate. And you'll know when it's activated because it will show the balance. When you try to check the balance, it won't come up with it. It'll keep saying error, so you know when it's active. Then at some point I've got to go and get me issues. So that's obviously got waiting. While trying to shop and film all at the same time. Today I just feel like I've lost so much time in filming. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, some days we get stuff done, some days we don't. I've still got to get the video ready for tonight's video on the diamond painting channel. I've got to get the World of Mike one done because that's now back up. Because I took a hiatus from that because I didn't really, over the Christmas festive period, anyone who watches from my other channel, you may have known that I only had like a 2-day break. I think I stopped on the 23rd and came back the 26th. So I wanted to like an extension break, which is why I put that channel on hold for a bit. To be fair with you, since running this channel, I'm more on this channel. I feel like I've moved on from Partworks. I don't know why, I just have so much fun on the diamond painting side of things. So at some point I've got to do that. Hang on, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, okay. And then I've got to try and find a phone charger because my phone charger is playing up. You plug it in and it tries to charge and then it stops charging, so I think that's on its way out because I'm always carrying it on the train, you see. But my phone is an iPhone 8. Yes, I know I'm pretty old-fashioned. But you can charge it on this. I think it's the 8 or the 7, but you charge it on like it's like a charging pad thing, so you don't actually have to have the wire. So I'll check if it's on that. I think it's the iPhone 8 that charges on that. The iPhone 7 I don't recall has that. So yeah, it's all going good, and then I'm gonna have a Big Mac tonight. I really can't be asked to cook. I've lost enough time as it is. I haven't even had lunch yet. Don't know when I'm gonna get around to that because I am busy and I'm trying to recover the filming side of things because I've lost about 4 hours as it is because I had to wait for this phone call. They've now rang me, so we sorted that out because I didn't want to go to Billericay. Every so often I have to go to Billericay, and I tried to do it over the phone, and that's what that phone call was about. And I said, look, I've got this sore throat. Is there any way that we can do it over the phone? And luckily, I was able to do it over the phone, which means I don't have to go all the way to Billericay, which is brilliant. Because that's quite a long drive. Well, I don't know about driving because I don't drive, but it's quite a long distance. And I believe it's on, you know, when you get to Stansted, oh my God, Stratford, it's on that Southend line. So you get Wickford, Southend, Billericay, you know, so it's a lovely place. That's the postman. It's a lovely place, and you get like all sorts of, the train station's lovely. Let me just go and check that because that sounded like a hell of a lot of mail. So just bear with me. Yeah, cool, blimey. Got quite a lot of mail here actually, as you can see, quite a lot. Crikey. Oh yes, my puzzler magazine's come. You know, in the evening, I signed up to this. It's a puzzler magazine, so you get like a word search and that. So I just thought, like, in the evenings, rather than keep watching telly all the time, I can do a bit of word searching. What else have we got? Okay, that one. God blimey, it's quite a lot here. Avon Services. Who's Avon Services? Avon Services, apparently. I don't know who that is. Avon Services. Oh, I know what that is. That's that bloody heating thing. Every year, every household has to have this stupid gas safety check crap. Just to come in, to play around with the boiler. But every time I have my boiler, because it's a combi, what happens is, I used to have what's called an immersion heater. Now, with an immersion heater, if your boiler goes down, you just flick the switch and it's basically a tank that heats up water via the electricity, but it's a very expensive way of doing it. So I had this cute little Valiant boiler for years and it packed up. So then they decided to bring in this big bulky thing, which is called an intercooler boiler. And it's basically a combi. So basically you don't have to have the immersion heater. And they had to take the cupboard off the wall because it wouldn't fit in the wall. So I lost a cupboard through it, which was good because it was in the most awfulest place, awfulest place. So that's pretty good. Oh, it's nice to see the mails coming. That's lovely. And I don't think they've actually announced any more strikes, have they? So yeah, so of course the combi boiler, it basically heats up. It's basically like a 2-in-1, so it does the heating and the water, or I don't know, but whatever it does, I don't have the immersion heater anymore, so that's good. And it freed up a lot of space in my cupboard, which is fantastic. I'm going to have a sneak peek at that, actually. This, I'm intrigued. I want to see what this Puzzler magazine looks like. Oh, this looks good. Sorry about this. I didn't expect to have my marrow yet. Because normally it comes later, but oh yeah, look at this. This is all Sudoku and stuff like that. Oh wow, look at that. Word searches. Oh, that's good. Cross skeleton. Oh, I've never heard of that. Dot to dot. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Also on the train as well, if you're bored or you've got a long journey, this is great. And apparently £6,000 in cash prizes must be won, apparently. Well, we'll see about that, but I think a lot of these places just do that to grab your attention, so you buy it. It's basically a cash grab for them. That's what that is. But yeah, oh, that's good. So more mail to go through. Lovely. I don't know why, but I love the mail. Even if it's bad mail, I love it. Or even if it's junk. I just love processing it. Like, so I'll open it. If it needs a response, I'll reply by email. If it needs a telephone call, they'll get a letter, because I don't do calls. Don't like it. I don't really like my voice. It's a very sort of like Essex voice. Although I'm half South African as well, because my dad's South African. So sometimes you'll hear me like speaking a bit South African. But yeah, I'm not a lover of my voice, I have to say. It's, as a kid, I always used to get bullied at school because I've got high-pitched voice. They used to call me gay and things like that. And do you know what? Sticks and stones, because I know I'm not gay. And it's just like everyone just perceives you as gay because you've got this high-pitched voice. And, you know, I never asked to be like that. It's just the way my voice is. But yeah, one of my friends done that the other day. But I knew she was joking. I'm getting better at that. But with me, I take everything as offence. And I need to learn to not, you know, if people are joking, they're joking. And for me, I just take it. I'm easily offended for some reason, and I don't know why. I'm trying to get better at that. And my friend came out with something about, do you want to see a package? And I knew she was laughing, so I laughed it off. But before, I would just get really offended by that. But yeah, you know, my friend has a lot of banter, and it's lovely when, you know, you chuck something and she chucks something back. I love it like that. But I'm a little bit disappointed with that magazine. I thought they'd have more crosswords in there, but that looks more like Sudoku, so I might cancel that one. I think I've signed up to the wrong one because there's 2 of them, but we'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, so I don't know if you can you see that? Yeah, cool. So yeah, busy. But tonight, hopefully I get Big Mac, because at the moment I really don't feel like cooking. But that depends, because if I see something I like in Tesco, I might abandon the burger. but this is 2023. I'm not supposed to be eating fatty stuff. You know, like in Britain, Little Britain, where that woman goes, it's played by Matt Lucas, and she goes, "Hello, fatties, dust. Anybody know dust?" Has anyone seen that guy on TikTok? I think he calls her Margaret or something. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I had a phone call yesterday from my landlord, and couldn't understand the bloody word she was saying. She was saying something about this is so and so from so and so, and couldn't understand the words she was bloody saying. You know, and I got an email back saying that they've had terrible call lines or something. The signal is bad or something. So, but yeah, that Aaron's Services. I bet you, I'm going to open that because that's bugging me. I bet it's that bloody gas check. Because a lot of people we used to have Robert Heath, and then we had British Gas, but a lot of people got so fed up with them, they basically bodge up jobs. Yeah, there we go. Epoxy gas check. Oh, lovely. Why do we need to have epoxy gas check? Just why? And this is what annoys me, is look, so apparently Shore Maintenance, something or other, engineer from Aaron Services. Well, you've made it without asking me. I could be busy that day, so I'll have to email them about that. This is what annoys me, is they just book it in assuming that you can, you know, you're available on that date. So I'll email them again and I'll say, no, you've booked that in without running it past me first. I need 48 hours notice. You know, I can't just drop my plans. At the moment, I have no plans for that day, but, you know, my days can change on a daily basis. Sometimes I'm called over to Whittam in case, you know, if my mum needs to go out and there's no one for Molly to let her out for a wee-wee or, you know, something like that. You know, I might be needed over there, you know. I don't like it when it's like the other day, I got a slip through them. And they said, we called today. And I'm like, well, where's the letter to say that you were coming then? I don't even know who Aaron Services are. So, yeah. I mean, it sounds like an individual by the sound of it, but Aaron Services. Just to prat around with a boiler. But this is another thing. I'm a bit reluctant. And I know I've got to let them in because obviously it's breach of tenancy otherwise. But every time they play around with the boiler, it gets broke. This guy from Robert Heath, I'm not even joking, he got fired apparently. His name was George, and he got fired. He couldn't get the touchscreen off, because obviously intercooler boilers have a touchscreen. And he couldn't get it off. So what does he do? He jabs it with a screwdriver. And I couldn't get, you know, it's nothing to do with me, the boiler. It's white goods, and anything white belongs to them. And they couldn't replace it. Oh, let's just stab it off with a screwdriver. Idiot. But the amount of complaints he got, and yeah, I think Habinteg just got fed up with it. That's my landlord, and I think they just got fed up with it and just moved on. They got really fed up with British Gas, I know that, and now this is like the third service. I mean, they must be a new company. I've never heard of Aaron Services, but yeah. Basically, my landlord is basically, they're basically like a, I'll show you in a minute, but as you can see, Habinteg Accessible Homes Independent Lives. Everyone I say to, like everyone who talks to me, they think it's foreign, and it's not. And yeah, basically it's for people that have got disabilities and stuff like that, but they also have things called voids. Now, voids is where there's a flat or a house that is basically ready, the council's done what they need to do to it, and it's, you know, ready. But when I was bidding on Gateway to Home Choice, this came up by default, and a perfectly, you know, if you haven't got a disability, you can actually live in it quite fine. My landlord, the only problem is you'll find that all the light switches are like really low on the wall. They're like really low to the floor, which is quite weird. But yeah, I think it's foreign. Habinteg sounds foreign, but yeah, that's my landlord. And word of advice, never ever go with them. They are a pain in the arse to get things sorted, hence the light. I've been waiting 2.5 months for, which has now gone with the ombudsman, and they've finally decided to come out and fix the damn thing. Only because the ombudsman, you know, sent a rocket up their arse and, you know, pushed it for me. But I shouldn't, you know, this is the thing, I shouldn't have to go to the ombudsman to get that sorted. So, yeah, bang goes the 11th. Won't be able to do filming then. just prat about. You can't just book whenever you feel like it. I don't do on-the-spot appointments. I don't do booking without me. You need to run it through me first. You know, I could be working that day. My work consists of 7 till 2. So, what's that letter say? The 11th? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even say, it just says the 11th. No phone call or nothing. Doesn't say when they're coming. So, I'm assuming that's an all-day slot. So, if I'm working that day, you know, they need to, you know, ask you first. So, I'll be making that very clear. I will be firm where firm's needed, you know. But yeah, another pile of junk I've got to sort out. Normally I'll get my mum to do it because I hate waiting in. You know, you can't get on with nothing, you can't film nothing. You know, it's ridiculous. And then they're all gawping at your stuff. That's really annoying. That really pisses me off when they come round. And I had my DeLorean on show once, which is a car that I built. And one of the contractors said, "Oh, is that a petrol car?" And I was like, "No." You know, what are you looking at that for? That's none of your business. You're here to do a job or whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. But that's what annoys me, is the way that they just gawp around your house. You know, you're not there to do that. It's not fucking show and tell, you know? So, yeah, that's what annoys me as well. So Monday I've got the light coming. Crafting with Kay, it's probably happened now. Remember that I film in advance, so I will try and join your stream, but obviously if the contractor comes, then I will have to divert, but I'll always catch it up on replay. It's so annoying when you double book, because then you have to like phone up again. And then an abrupt silence where I've run out of actually things to say. But I did get an email to, no, I did get a scan to say that another package has arrived at my relatives, so that'll be good. I'll pop that up on Friday because I'm working Friday, so I'll pick that up then. But yeah. Okay, we're running out of these black drills. I don't know if I've got bum. I don't think I've got any more of them. They're probably classic 310s. Oh dear. Have we got... Oh, no, that's blue. Crumbs. I didn't pull them all out. I don't recall pulling them all out. Don't worry, Father Christmas hasn't come. That's just a bell. Okay. Not good drills. Oh no. Okay, I'll have to have a look for that. Damn. It's not good. I could have sworn I had some blue, some 310s. But don't forget the unboxing's coming up Friday. That's annoying. I don't recall tipping them all out, so where have they gone? That's the bag, so maybe I did. Oh man. Well, that's annoying. I'm going to have to go digging for, not in the dump jar, but I'll have to find some 310 drills. 310 is a very popular colour, so you'll always get 310 somewhere. But we may have to divert this colour for the minute, but we've still got a couple left, so we'll try and use these up first. But yeah, it's nice when you wake up to like problems. I love problem solving. So yeah, so I'll have to scan that letter through my printer and then say, excuse me, you booked it in without telling me first. I need to, you know, you need to rebook it. That's one thing that annoys me, is when they just automatically assume that you can come that day. And no, no thank you. Needs advance notice. Thank you very much. And there's no, if that's an all-day appointment, I'm not sitting in all day. So they've got till 12 o'clock and then it will be cancelled. But because sometimes they'll go, oh, sorry, we can't guarantee what time they'll come. Yes, you can. Check their PDA. A PDA is a tracker device that they carry so that they know where they are that time. But that's our last drill there. So unfortunately, we're going to have to go dig eternal quick before the hyena comes. That's a song by Timon and Pumbaa. So what we'll do is we'll divert slightly and we'll carry on with this sea colour and then hopefully use that up. I think it's literally just over this side, but I'm going to have to go and find some of them. But yes, oh dear. So we'll have to figure that out at some point. Quick before the hyena comes, da-da-la-la, good matata, yeah. Oh man, that 2 colour, it's going to bug me. I hate seeing gaps. No! But I really want to get, you know, to Chelmsford again. I want to do, you know, more of like... I used to go there every Saturday, but the last time I went there was just like literally jack fuck all there. And it was like, you know, waste of a journey. So I was like, you know what? I'm not coming in no more because there's not really an awful lot there. Normally, it was ages ago, I used to get my Route Master bus from there because my shop, for some apparent reason, they stopped doing it. They didn't do any files, they didn't do any racks, and then they bring it back again. Apparently, they was told to take the rack away or something, but that rack has been long gone, but they still do files and that. But I always used to get my my Route Master from there, so going there each time was, you know, just a day out, you know, and because I'm a very much in person, I don't really go out an awful lot. I like to, you know, get on with my paintings and that. But it wasn't working out, and I had to stop it. I carried it until it finished, but I had to stop it because it was costing like £7 fare on top of the price that I had to pay out for each issue. So one day I went there, because sometimes I went there and it weren't even in, and I got fed up with keep paying out for nothing. And one day I went there and there was like 12 issues. I was like, okay. And I said, can I pick up 4? He said, no, you need to clear it today. And I was like, well, I can't, you know. So then I spoke to Paul, he's one of the managers there, and he's a lovely chap. He very kindly said that I could come when I can, you know. Because I think the newsagents, you know, they don't want to see you cancel your collection, you know. And you do build up a friendship with them because you're in there, like, you know, every week and that. And you always have a good... Whenever I go to the newsagents, I'm always in there for like 10 minutes having a good old chinwag, you know. So they're always like, oh, hi, how's your holiday? How's Christmas been? And at the moment, we're talking about snakes because my friend has snakes and she's trying to breed them. So, yeah, that's quite funny. But yeah, it's a lovely day today. It's not raining, which is nice. Never mention rain because 10 times out of 10, it's probably going to rain. But there was supposed to be something on the news. They said something about there was supposed to be some sort of, was it a meteor shower or something? Shooting stars or something. And that is a song. We'll be flying, na 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 na. We could be. This is so exciting, coming to see this one end soon. So that's good. But yeah, I might go Tesco after this, and, you know, because I need to try and get... I haven't had lunch yet, so I've lost so much time filming. I just feel like I'm only going to get this one done today, but it is what it is. I don't know which Tesco to go for. I like going to the small one in Coggeshall Road in Braintree, but that one's like hardly got nothing in, whereas the big one, I don't know where to go for the big one. My rucksack has broke, so the zip I was doing it up because with me I tried to cramp pack a lot of stuff in, and the bloody zip fell off. So I've got to carry a bag, which I'm not looking forward to. So I'll have to judge. I can't spend too much in there because... But what I can do is go out, and if push comes to shove, go back again, you know. I wish they had the handheld scanners, because Whittam has the handheld scanners. Basically, you scan each item as you go around the shop, and then you push a button, and it loads it onto the till, so you don't have to physically go there and scan it. But Braintree, I don't think, has that, so which is rather annoying. But everything in that bloody express store is so bloody expensive. Like £1.49 I paid last. Oh, it was so funny last night. So I fancied something sweet, and I went to Tesco because I can leave it as long as I want because they shut at 11. The one in town shuts at 8. And I thought, well, I'll pick up some Battenberg and some custard. So I got home, and I thought, this don't look like custard. There's something in it, and it turns out it's bloody rice pudding. So having rice pudding with Battenberg was an experience, and yeah, it's not nice. I don't like the texture of lumps in custard, and yeah. So that was pretty rubbish, really. All crumbs, we're finished now. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just finish off this last little line that we're doing here, and then that'll be a wrap. But I've got so much done this week, you know, what with the tumbler and that, literally got so much done, which is really nice to do. The tumbler, if anyone don't know, it's actually a build that was on trial and it's actually come out now. It's basically that, we're going to be building that. And that's what it looks like. So this is like the first part of it, but you can see that on my other channel, What a Mike. But yeah, it's nice to you know, see it finish really. Not finish, see it as a full run. The next issue comes in this week, so that'd be nice. Sorry, next week. I'm getting all confused and discombobulated here. But that is Cody the Leopard at the moment. It is looking really, really lovely, as you can see. I'm going to have a hunt around for them black jewels. If I can't find them, then we'll just divert. We'll finish here, all round there, and we'll tackle the black at the end. But I hope you like that video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you want to get this for yourself, it's company with the boats. Do check out Hinkley as well, because it may be on there. And subscribe to the channel, and yeah, we'll soon have this done and dusted in no time. But please take care, have a good day, and we'll see you next Monday for the next session. Bye bye.